bring it up, up. Bring it back, 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 bring it up, up. Bring it back, 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 bring it up, up. Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it. Bring it back, bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it. Bring it back, bring it up, up.
Well, hello everybody, and we want to welcome you at this time to our UNA 2026 Fall Media Day here at Lost Pizza. Let everybody kind of settle in as we get started. Quick introduction, my name is Mike Ezekiel. I'm the Assistant Athletic Director for Communications, entering my fourth season here at UNA. And this is one of my favorite events of the year, our kickoff event. Kind of like the first thing that happens before our fall sports kickoff, and soccer will be the first on Wednesday for their first official game when they travel to ETSU. So very excited to kick off our season. Want to thank all of you that are here in person today. We got a ton of people in the community here at Lost Pizza, and those of you that are watching on the live stream. Want to thank you so much for that. Before I go into more thank yous, I'd like to invite everybody that's participating today, whether you're on our staff, whether you're local media, student athletes, coaches. We have lunch there in the back here on the patio, so help yourself, enjoy that, and we want to thank the fine folks at Lost Pizza for the great food. The 2026-27 season, it's an exciting one for many reasons. Some milestones that are being met big time this year, starting with Bake Independence Stadium, which is set to open September 19th for our football opener, and then in October for soccer. Very exciting milestone for this university, the first on-campus football stadium, and a big moment for soccer as well in our history. Moving to a new conference. We're in the United Athletic Conference now, as part of the Unison umbrella with the ASUN. Very excited for that, and renewing rivalries like West Florida in football, moving into the conference, and keeping some of those same rivalries that we've had over the years with teams like Austin Peay and West Georgia and Central Arkansas and EKU, adding Little Rock, another very competitive team to the UAC. It should be a very fun addition, and then of course joining Abilene and Tarleton for the other sports. Also, the addition of some new sports in 2026, starting our distance-based track program for men's and women's track and field, and then, of course, women's flag football first year coming up in 2027. So very excited for those things. Our athletic director, Dr. Josh Looney, will touch on a lot of those as well. Want to say some thank yous real quick as we get started in our media day. First, I want to thank Lost Pizza. This is the third year we've hosted here. A tremendous, tremendous venue. I think it's the best we've ever had, and Chuck and his staff, they go above and beyond for us, and we're really thankful. And Chuck, again, excited to host our coaches shows here this year every Monday night at 7 for football and men's basketball, women's basketball. We'll do some spring sports as well, so be sure to come out to Lost Pizza on Monday nights. And also beyond that, because it's just a great venue and a great member of our community. Want to thank our local media as well that are all here, that put in countless hours on nights and weekends covering high school sports, covering UNA, covering the Huntsville area as well, and making the trip down here today to be with us. Really thankful. Times Daily, Matt St. Charles is here today, our new beat writer. Thankful for him and getting started. Thomas Ashworth from AL.com is here as well and covers our region so well. Thank y'all both. Mo Carter, Fox 54, Kaylee is here as well from WAFF. Both of you are tremendous partners, and we thank y'all so much for all the great work you do. Boomo Bug is here every year as well. 93.9 The Score. I want to thank Greg Thornton and Brett Beard and that team for all that they do for the coverage in this area. And so many other partners that maybe aren't with us today that cover us so well. Thank you to our local media, and hopefully today we give you so many great stories to tell and make your job a little easier. Our coaches and student athletes want to thank you as well for taking time out of your busy schedules. I know you're in practices, you're in the heat of it right now, whether you're indoors or outdoors, getting ready for your seasons, but to take time to engage with our community and engage with our media, we thank you so much for taking time to do that. And what you mean to this athletic department and to this university. Thank you so much. And the last thing, I want to thank our staff that's working behind the scenes today, our Roar Lions Productions crew, our photographers and creatives, videographers, our communications team, our marketing team, so many great people that make light work. Many hands make light work, and I'm thankful for all the people that helped with today and help with every day to make it all possible. I think we do some of the best work in Division I athletics, and that's a credit to our team. Want to quickly introduce our SIDs and what sports they'll be covering, just so our local media, you're familiar with them and can contact them at any point. Chase Glover, where you at, Chase? Chase right there in the back waving. Chase recently got a promotion. He's our athletic communications coordinator. He'll be working with soccer, baseball, women's basketball, and men's golf this year. You'll see him on ESPN Plus on the sidelines and doing some other things. Chase, thank you for all the great work you do, and big help to me. Enters his third season. We added 2 new members to our communications team this year, both on the softball team. They're right here in the front, Natalie Shaw and Given Hemmons. Natalie will be covering volleyball, tennis, and beach volleyball, and Given will be our cross-country, track, and flag football programs, and they'll be doing a lot of work for us this year, and we're excited that they're on our team as well. Both finished stellar softball careers last year as well. In a moment, I'm going to introduce our athletic director, Dr. Josh Looney, who will share some great things that are going on in our department. And by the way, I think he deserves a round of applause for being the 2026 NACDA Athletics Director of the Year. After Dr. Looney's address, we're going to have some breakout sessions at 12. We'll have some various stations. We're going to do our Roar Down show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, whatever, YouTube. It's on everywhere, on roarlions.com. Braden and Grant do a fantastic job, but we're going to host the Roar Down over here. We're going to have Boomo Bug right inside. We'll have our print media guys. They'll be inside somewhere as well. And then we'll have a station up here where people can do interviews with our TV stations in front of the backdrop. So I have some sheets for the student athletes and coaches. If you don't know where to go, find me and I'll get you a sheet. It's right here on the table where Natalie's sitting. And it'll kind of have a breakdown of where you need to be and the things that you need to do before you get out of here today. We'll try to make sure to get everybody out of here by 1 so you can make it to your practices and your film sessions, various things like that. Without further ado, I want to introduce our athletic director, Dr. Josh Looney.
Well done, Mike. Always awesome having you kick off the season. No better place than Lost Pizza, packed patio out here. And we all know the food's great, but have you guys seen the merch they just launched? I mean, it's up front. It's unbelievable. And we know that Chuck McCarty was not the designer. He's great at there's Chuck. Chuck, the merch, man, that was definitely Marcy that designed that. It is elite. Best merch on Court Street. So congrats on that. Another great addition for the 26th season. As we look at this upcoming year and kind of where we've come, it's really a message of we've been built on history but ready for the future. And there's only a couple people, as I kind of take note of, we lose track of what this environment was a decade ago. So going into the fall of 2016, who was here in the fall of 2016? A couple, 4 or 5, right? And Coach Walker was there. And so you think that was when much talked about action happened. And UNA committed to start the Division I process, signed papers, and ultimately ended up moving into that process. And then 2018 was the first actual year of the Division I transition. But do you think to the people that had the vision and courage and ambition and what has grown at UNA over the last decade, it's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, of course, we're looking at the stadium and the athletic pieces, but just as an institution, the academic rankings are higher than they've ever been. We've built multiple academic and athletic facilities. The retention rates are off the roof. The enrollment was probably 6,000, 7,000. Now it's just under 11,000. So an unbelievable transition that I think gets lost when a lot of times we start the Division I clock in 2018 or 2022 when that transition was over. But if you think back to 2016, it really is amazing from UNA as a whole and not just athletics. So a really, really neat ascension that we've had across the Shoals and across our university. 4 years ago, we finished the transition, and right here on this day, we said the transition's in the back rear view mirror. And I think there was a sigh of relief of, all right, we made it. We made it through that process. And said, no, the hard part and the most important part's about to start, right? The next 4 years are more important than the previous 4, as they'll set the chapter for the next decade of UNA athletics. And so we're now entering year 4 of that model and are fired up with where we've been and what we've accomplished. Truly, those days are in the rearview mirror, from facility enhancement to growth, but we've also established ourselves in 3 short years as a power in the Atlantic Sun Conference, both on and off the field. It's proven an all-sports trophy a year and a half ago that was our first since 1999, the highest academic progress rate in the conference last year, the first time a football-playing public institution has ever won that award, record GPAs for our athletic department, and of course, Bank Independent Stadium. And so as we enter a new conference, one that we think will level up in the United Athletic Conference and bring more sports into play, we're excited about the momentum that we've had in just our 3 short years of full Division I membership. And then, of course, Bank Independent Stadium. We're about, I don't know, Megan, you've got the countdown probably because of all the planning. We're 43, 42, somewhere in that days from opening that venue. And it will be an unbelievable event space, not just a football game day environment or soccer that UNA has been missing and wanting for 50 plus years. Everything from tailgating on campus. We've been playing football for 78 years and have never once tailgated on this campus. That's going to change, right? Our city council put us part of the entertainment district, and Pine Street will turn into on-campus tailgating. The fan experience, 10,000 plus capacity that's built on quality, best-in-class experience. All the suites were sold out before we broke ground. But there's 8 or 9 different seating tiers, something for truly for everyone. You replace bleachers with chairback seats. You have a stadium bowl where there's something for everyone, all the way up to suites, to clubs, to outdoor clubs. Just an unbelievable environment. And then I think of what will happen when our football athletes run on the field for the first time. And then we've got some special surprises on that date, which is sure to sell out. I know that there's less than 1,500 actual seats available, and single game tickets haven't even gone on sale yet. That happens next week. So that's just off season ticket sales. We're excited about that. But for our soccer program, wait till October 6th happens. The experience that soccer will have at Bank Independent Stadium will be like nothing in our peer group. It'll be like nothing at the Division I level. There'll be instant replays. There'll be hype videos. Everything that goes into a football Saturday broadcast will happen for each one of our soccer matches, and we think that will be a differentiator for our program there. And then we just can't wait for all the other things that come into Bank Independent Stadium. That's a true multi-event space that we want to anchor and transform the Shoals as a whole. So we're just tipping the iceberg with opening a football venue and are excited over the next year and 2 years of the different types of events that we can. So we're building energy this year. We have a great reflection on our past and the foundation, and something that's been really incredible over the last 10 plus years, and that people have put a lot of work into it. And Coach Walker, you might even be able to reflect on some of that. Coach was here for every bit of it. But we appreciate the support of this community. We can't wait to start a new era truly this academic year with new sports, new stadium, new conference. It's an awesome time to raise the roar and appreciate everybody. Roar Lions.
Thank you, Dr. Looney. And I think it's a great comparison going back to 2016. Now that we're a decade past that, and looking back on what we've accomplished since then and where we are now, it's truly remarkable to see, and very excited for this upcoming season. Perfect segue. He did bring up Coach Chris Walker, so he'll be the first one to do our press conference today. And Coach is the veteran of the group today. He enters his 14th season at UNA. Big time, and not just for today, but for the entire staff, kind of who a lot of people look up to. Celebrated his 100th win last season, and he's maintained a winning percentage, a winning record in his career throughout that Division I transition, and has made 2 appearances in the ASUN Championship Final over the years. And Chase, I believe those polls go live at noon today. Is that right? And I know we don't take a lot of stock into those, but I'll just say this. I think the rest of the league views UNA soccer very highly, and you'll see that at 12 o'clock. 2 statistical championships last year, first ones in Division I history. That was big time. And then, of course, opening the season on Wednesday. And then, of course, I believe that date, October 4th at Bank Independence Stadium against EKU. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce head coach Chris Walker.
Well, thank you. That was a bit over the top, the introduction. I've been here a while, but I'm still not that old, so still just 42. But no, appreciate Lost Pizza for hosting us today. It's great to see everyone here. I've got our 3 senior captains, Addie, Lily, and Charlotte with us, and then my 2 assistants, Adam Sportsman and Kevin Shank. Adam's been with us for the past 4 or 5 years. Kevin joined us during the spring from Gonzaga, so a little addition to the staff there. But no, we've been back going for a month now, which is crazy. This has been the first year we were allowed to come back 2 weeks earlier than in the past. So it's been great to have the girls in and around campus for the last 4 weeks. Been able to slowly introduce them to a preseason and build the game fitness and work on some tactical stuff before the season crazily begins Wednesday this week. So we begin a week before school, and then the first day of school is our first home game, which we'd love everyone to obviously come out and watch us over at Cox Creek, unless we can beg Josh to let us in the new stadium a little bit earlier. But no, we're excited. We've got a great group. We brought in 6 new freshmen, and then we brought in 4 transfers over the spring, so they gelled with the team during the spring. And then our freshman class, the 6 of them, have come in and done a fantastic job. So we've played 2 preseason games so far, more just game fitness and getting to know each other. And they've come in and rocked the boat in a nice way on that stuff, so they'll compete for playing time straight away. Several local girls in that class, but then we've also got kids from Missouri area, Ohio, and then all the way over from California as well. So it's a good mixture that blends in well with our team. This is the first year as well. I've been here, I think, 14 years. This is the first year we are an all-American team as well. So we have all 32 of our players are from the States, which is, I think, the transition to Division I has allowed us to go out and get some of the best American players and bring them here to the Shoals, which has been exciting. We've got a great group. They're making it really difficult for us to pick the starting lineup, which allows us to go a little bit deeper and work well with stuff there. But yeah, in terms of obviously joining the UAC, it's going to be exciting. I think the polls come out in 5 minutes, but we're second in the polls coming out for preseason, and it is what it is. It's a preseason poll, so it's based on how good are you from last year. So by the time I'm done talking, the polls will be out, so don't worry. So, but we're second in that one. We got 1 first place vote. EKU got the rest of them, but we tied EKU twice last year, so we're excited about the new conference. I think from top to bottom, anyone can beat anyone on any given day, which makes it wide open to go ahead and try and win the first UAC conference title here and do well there. But no, we've got a great group. Really excited about that. Along with the team aspects, Addie Spate was voted Defensive Player of the Year for preseason, and then Avery Smith and Avery Stojakovic were on the all-conference team for their preseason votes as well. And again, that's credit to them on how well they did last year, and credit to the team and the quality of returners we've got coming back. So we're excited. We go on the road this week. We go to ETSU and play Wednesday evening there, and then travel across an hour across to Asheville and play Saturday there, and then return home next Wednesday against Union at 7 o'clock. So we'd love to see everybody there. We're super excited. Again, the hospitality here at Lost has been absolutely fantastic. But getting on campus, the new stadium is going to be unbelievable. Like Josh said, I've been around for a while. My office, when I got here, it was the weight room. So we used to lift weights in the office where I work now. It has drastically changed. Football's meeting room downstairs used to be the other weight room. This turf soccer field that was like hard as a rock was literally walking steps outside the office, which it's going to be nice to get back on campus and be able to walk out the office, down the tunnel into the stadium. So it's going to be fantastic to have a new weight room, brand new stadium. The girls are super excited to get in there and use every bit of it to our advantage for this coming fall season. So appreciate all the support, and Roll Lions.
Thank you, Coach Walker, our very young veteran, may I add. I'm sorry I didn't insert that earlier. I'm going to change the order a little bit here. Coach Dearman's going to have to go on Boomo Bug here in a few minutes, so I'm going to have him come up now at this time. He's entering his 4th season at the helm of the football program, and they're going to open their season week 0 on August 29th at the Story Financial Partners Bowl in Huntsville. That'll be at Joe Davis Stadium. First college football game in that stadium's history. It's going to be really exciting to get Sanford. And then, of course, the first home game at Bank Independence Stadium, September 19th. That'll be our 3rd week, 4th game for us at 6 p.m. right here on campus. A lot of returners and a good mix of newcomers on this team, and off the field, what this team has accomplished too with the APR numbers, record numbers in the classroom. I'm sure Coach will touch on that, but we're excited to welcome Coach Brent Dearman to the podium.
Thank you for everybody coming out today. Like usual, thank you to Lost Pizza and Chuck for the great job he does. Unbelievably supportive to our athletes and our coaches. Thank you for UNA, Dr. Looney, Dr. Kitts for bringing me here. Me and my family have loved it here. It's a very exciting 2026. Me and Coach Walker are probably the most excited as we're about to walk into that new stadium, in the Bank Independence Stadium. And get off of Connor's practice field out there so he could take the track and the turf without me bugging him a little bit out there. But exciting time for UNA football. Every day get to see the construction that's going on outside. It really helped us in recruiting this year when you can take recruits and actually put a hard hat on and go show them a stadium, where previous years we've been showing a blueprint, we've been showing images on a screen or a projector. Well, this year we actually got to walk out of that tunnel with some players, and one of the ones that our fans are going to know and love, Keith has been able to see him a couple times. We've got a D lineman from Memphis named Josh White that's about 6'4", 320, and we would not have gotten players like that without that stadium, without walking out into that stadium. So it's an exciting time. I've got 7 new staff members with 2 new play callers. It's going to be a first for me I've stepped out of the play calling role, so these first 10 days of practice have been a little different. I've tried to find things to do, so I'm coaching running backs most of the time. I told my wife the other day we fumbled twice, so I may have to fire the running back coach. But it's been a very new role, different role for me, but love both of our coordinators we've got, Coach Clint Bowen and all the experience he brings to us in the Big 12. Is doing a fantastic job with our defensive guys. Travis Partridge has got our quarterbacks playing at an elite level right now, and you guys will get to talk to Destin, is one of our players here today. But stepping in more of that general manager, head coaching role that college sports has really taken a different turn in the last couple of years. We got 3 players here today. Leo Glover, a Florence native. Great representation of our team. He is one of our 12 leadership council members, along with Jaheim Ingram is another local guy from Muscle Shoals. It's been a 3-year going into 4-year starter. Dr. Looney, he's going to be one of our first current athletes that we're going to start talking about a 5th year for. It's a good problem to have with Jaheim. And then Destin Wade, this is my first year since being here that we named a starting quarterback in the spring. And it's a good feeling to have when you know who your starter is. We got to take him to media day. Our team has rallied around him. He's really become the face of our program, is having a healthy Destin Wade. So excited for those 3 players that are here today. We got bigger this offseason. If you've been able to come out and watch us practice, that was our emphasis in the portal, is going out and finding bigger offensive line, defensive line, linebackers. We brought in 3 tight ends as well, so the box of our football team is a lot bigger. We look and hopefully we're able to stop the run and able to run the ball a little bit more this year. Exciting 2026 season ahead of us. Game 1 in Huntsville against Sanford will be a big game. Then we go on the road to an SEC opponent, play Arkansas. Then after that, I know there's some ball games after that, but I really don't know how they lay out. I just know we play Sanford game 1. So exciting for what's ahead. Our theme this offseason has been Pound the Stone, and it's been really fun to watch the foundation go on next to us with the stadium of you just got to show up every day, you got to work. You got to pound that stone, and at some point you're going to have a breakthrough. At some point it's going to happen, and this year's the year it's going to happen for UNA football. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Coach Dearman. Coming up next, I want to introduce our volleyball coach who enters his 5th season, Coach Tristan Johnson, who has taken this program to some high successes since moving to Division I. Record win totals every year that he's been here, getting that up. And last season set 6 Division I school records, and one of those was a really big one it was a program record. Over 2,000 fans came to the game against Alabama in CB&S Bank Arena, the most packed volleyball game we've ever had. First time going over 1,000. That was such a special day. Of course, 2 exhibitions next week at home. Obviously, the public's invited to that. That'll be an event that we'll have fans at. We're excited for that. And, of course, the Nuna Kennard Invitational, September 4th and 5th. We'll have 6 games there. We'll play in 3 of those. Real excited for that. Without further ado, Coach Tristan Johnson.
All right. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Chuck and Lost Pizza, for having us. This is just such a cool venue and a great space for us to be able to do this. And thank you for all the supportive people that have been here in the media. Yeah, really excited about this year. Really excited about this upcoming season and the group that we have. Last season was the first season that every member of the team were members of the team that I had recruited here. And so I'm really excited. We had a lot of players come back. And in the era of the transfer portal, we were able to retain just about every single player that didn't graduate. So really excited about that. With me today, I have Kinsley McGowan, who was our setter last year. She led the ASUN in assists last year, so really excited to have her back going into her junior year, or her 3rd year, I guess, technically, of our 5. And then we also have Reese Ricketts, who, if you followed our program at all over the last 2 years, you know who Reese is, because her freshman year, she was Conference Freshman of the Year, and then last year she was followed it up with another all-conference performance. So really excited to have both of them here, and just really excited about this team. Staff update, I have a new assistant coach, Carly Birkeland. She came to us from South Dakota State, where she was a assistant coach there as a part of another FCS program where their volleyball team was able to be an at-large bid in the NCAA tournament 2 years in a row, so coming from a really good program there. And then she also was a player. She played at UConn and also at the University of Houston. So came off a really good playing career into what's been a really successful coaching career for her to this point. In terms of the team, 4 newcomers, 4 freshmen. We've got Kendall Buckley, who is from Bob Jones, so a Huntsville girl just from up the road. I think she's going to be a great player for us. She had a tremendous high school career. Kaylee Microns is from Vero Beach, Florida. Kendall Buckley is also a middle blocker from Marion, Arkansas, so just on the other side of the river. And then our 4th one is, oh my gosh, I would blank this. I didn't write them down. Kendall, Kaylee, Anna Hoffmeyer, who is going to be an amazing player. Don't tell her that I just did that. She's from Ocean Springs, Mississippi, was able to win a 7A championship last year in Mississippi State Championship, and is a phenomenal player of all 4. I'm maybe the most shocked that that's the one that I just blanked on. But she is an amazing player, and we're really excited about all 4 of them. We also added our 2nd SEC transfer in the 5. This is my 5th season, so it's our 2nd SEC transfer in 5 years with Phoebe Reyes. She came to us. She played at the University of South Carolina last year. And our last SEC transfer, Jasmine Brooks, had a pretty awesome season here when she came in. So Phoebe's filling some pretty big shoes, but we're really excited about having her here. She's not only a really good player, she is a tremendous human. So we're really excited about Phoebe and what she's going to bring to the team. She joined us back in January, so we were able to have her for the spring and then also, obviously, for this start. Really excited about this upcoming season for a variety of reasons. The biggest reason is this group has done a tremendous job not only investing in the weight room. Coach Steve Herring, our strength conditioning coach, did a tremendous job. This is without a doubt the strongest team that I've had in the weight room. But the thing that this group did a phenomenal job of from January to May was they invested a lot in each other. And so we talked a lot over the spring about Dr. Looney gave me a book a couple of years ago, Row the Boat, and it talks in that book about bad teams have no leadership, good teams have coach leadership, and great teams have player leadership. And so we really worked a lot on our player leadership within the program. Kinsley and Kendall Barnes both stepped up tremendously in that, and we've really one of my goals for this season was I wanted a more player-led team, and so we've done a really good job, I think the girls have, of investing in that and holding each other to a really high standard, and I think it's going to pay off a lot this fall. So really excited about that. Mike mentioned our exhibition matches. We've got Arkansas State coming here August the 18th, which is the day before school starts. We're really excited about that. We've communicated across campus. I think they're really trying to drum up all the freshmen that are moving in and people that are moving in to try to give them something to do that day before school starts, before they have to go to class. And then that Saturday, August the 22nd, we're playing Belmont. So really excited about this. Is the first time we've had exhibition matches at home. We've had to travel for those the last few years, so excited to be able to play in our own gym for those and have our first home games be these exhibitions against really quality opponents. Arkansas State won the Sun Belt the last 2 years, and they played in the NCAA tournament last year. So to start our first exhibition against an NCAA tournament quality team, I'm really excited about that and have them come here. Also, Mike did mention the Nuna Kennard Invitational. Really excited about the second annual of that. If any of you were able to be a part of that last year when we had Nuna come out on the court, that may be the most special moment in my entire coaching career, regardless of the wins or the championships or any of those things. Bringing Nuna Kennard out in front of over 2,000 fans at a women's sporting event, whenever she would tell me stories about having to hang wire at the old Coffee or Bradshaw gym from brick to brick so that they could throw a drape over it to act as a net. For her to be able to walk into that venue in front of 2,000 people, I get emotional telling the story because it was really cool. But when she walked off, her statement was, "This is what I always dreamed of." And for a 96-year-old person to invest that much in women's athletics and into young people, for her to be able to see that and be a part of that moment was really special. So really excited about that, getting to honor such a special person, not only to the Shoals, but to women's athletics in general. So that's September 4th and 5th. And then really excited about the UAC. I don't have any breaking news like Chris did, so I don't have any earth-shattering news for you guys. We haven't done our poll or our preseason stuff yet, but really excited about this group. I think it's going to be a great group to come out and watch. And, I think this is one of the most competitive groups that I've had in my entire 5 years here. And so going into year 5, I think there's a lot to be looking forward to, and just appreciate your support and hope to see everybody out at the bank. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Coach Johnson. And last but not least, I want to welcome Connor Callahan, who enters his 3rd season with the cross-country program and will enter his 1st season with our new track program that'll begin in the spring. Funny story about Connor, year 1, he was part of this event, and it was literally the first thing he did as head coach. And he was in the process of moving, so a big life thing going on there. Year 2, he was getting ready to welcome his first child last year, and so had that big life thing happen. So I asked him earlier, I said, "What's your big life thing today?" Fortunately, I think things have calmed down a little bit. He's just getting ready for the season, and excited for him. A lot of runners returned from last season, and you're going to see some bigger roster sizes now with the addition of track. So excited to welcome him to the podium, let him talk about his team and the progress they made, breaking a lot of records last year and having the highest ASUN finish last year in 4th place. Coach Callahan, come on up.
Like everyone said, thanks, Chuck. Thanks, Lost Pizza. It is a big year for us. It's one of those that you've got the UAC change and you've got a little bit of everything. We've got track now. With that, you are going to see, I would imagine, I haven't done any research, the largest cross-country and track roster you've ever seen in the university's history. We've got 12 men returning, and we have 18 new faces. So that gives us a roster of 30. So it's going to be a big season for us. That comes off of a season where we finished 4th at the conference championship in the ASUN, the highest finish we ever had in Division One history. So we bring back every single one of those guys. That is huge for our program. With all these freshmen coming in, with all the transfers coming in, to be able to do that, to bring back every single guy, we are going to be way more competitive this season. And we don't know, kind of to Tristan's point, we don't know what the UAC looks like. We don't know what the polls are or anything like that. But we'll find out when the time comes. As mentioned, Brian Bett breaks another record that he had set this year or in the years past. And then Jack Gruber, he comes back for a sophomore year after running really well as a freshman. Ran really well as a freshman, took some great strides there at the end of the season. And then Aiden Shannon comes back. He's a guy that he came down here when I came down here, and he saw campus about the same time, a couple days after I accepted the job. And he's been a guy that's been reliable, somebody that's been in my top 7, been in the top 5. And he's one that we'll really rely on. He's somebody that I know I can trust, and I don't really have to push him because he's got that drive himself. I don't have any men here with me today because we have a really tight-knit team culture, and they told me, hey, Coach, we're going down to the beach. So we've got 12 to 16 guys down at the beach. That's freshmen, that's seniors, that's just who we got. I told them, hey, can we move in on the 12th? They said, we won't be back from the beach till the 13th. I said, okay, well, that changes some things up then. So excited to see what the men's team can do this year. And then on over into the women's side, we've got Audrey with us, and we've got Mariana. Mariana's coming off of what we thought was just a little nagging hip pain that turned into surgery. But correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure you ran a PR at the conference meet when you had probably already done the damage. So she's tough. And then we bring back Audrey for a sophomore season. Audrey ran 1909 at the ASUN Championship last year. You fast forward a couple months later into the track season and runs 1807 on the track. Huge PRs, the progress she's made. It's going to be really fun to watch what she can do this year. On the women's side, we also bring in 8 new girls. So we've got 9 girls returning, and we bring in 8 new. So that's really exciting for us. We've always kind of had a little bit of struggle with the depth. The last 2 years I've been here, we had 7 seniors my first year, and then now we have some depth. We can do some of those kind of things. And we also bring back Sandra. Sandra ran really well for us. When she broke the 5K school record, I'm like, that's cool. Like, that's pretty awesome. And then you realize that 5K school record was a 40-year-old school record. That was the most impressive part to me was it took 40 years, and we finally got it. So I'm just happy to be part of that. A couple weeks later, she goes and breaks the school record in the 6K. So those are some pretty awesome things for us this year. And then another one that I wanted to hit on, I don't think it can get overlooked, is Brent Lyons. He was the #1 athlete in Division I in community service. And I think our men were in the top 5 as well as a team. So I think that, again, hits on what the men have and the women are building. We've got the women coming in that are going to continue to make us stronger, continue to help us. And then a little bit of rundown of our season. Home opener on September 5th at McFarland. So we'll run a 5K for both the men and the women. The men have not had a 5K since I've been here. So I think they're excited to get a 5K. We'll go over to Southern Showcase in Huntsville. And then from there, we'll take a couple weeks off and go down to Tallahassee. That's where the regional course will be this year. I'd love to see it, give some guys a chance and girls a chance to see what it's like. It's a tough course, but it's beautiful. We'll come back a couple weeks later for the most important one, the Kennemer Classic. It's one of those that Sherry has invested so much into the university, but into myself as well. I don't know. I truly mean it. I'm not saying I don't know what I would do without her. She's answered every question from day one. I had nothing UNA to wear here my first day. She brought me something, so definitely want to pay her respect and show her what we appreciate her in many ways. And then from there, we go to EKU, so it'll be our first time running up there in Kentucky. That'll be our conference meet, and then back down to Tallahassee. So excited for the season. We're going to be better. We're going to continue to get better from here. But that's all I got. I tried to be quick. I know we're a little over on time. So, thank you.
Thank you, Coach Callahan. Really excited for the cross-country season and having 2 home meets. That's going to be a big-time deal, especially the Sherry Kinnemer Classic. I'm excited for that. Thank you again, everybody, for being here. And for those that are watching the press conference online, thank you so much. And we're about to go into our breakout sessions. We'll try to be as efficient as possible. If you need a schedule to know where you need to be, we have them right here on the table that Natalie, Given, and Grant are sitting at. Feel free to grab one for yourself if you need to know where to go, or find a member of our staff. We'll let you know where to go. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here today. Roar Lions.
If we don't always get to choose what's next, I'm going to make this choice count.
If what I believe in matters, then let's find out what I can do.
If I can be counted on, then I'll count on myself too.
If there's always room to grow,
Then let's see how big our world can get.
Want to keep up with North Alabama athletics no matter where you are? Stay up to date with all things UNA by following the Lions on social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the UNA Athletics YouTube page. Get your game day schedules, score updates, full game recaps, highlights, and more by keeping up with the Pride on social media. No matter where you are, you can stay in the know by following us on social media. Visit RoarLions.com today for more information.
Bring it back, bring it, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it bring it back, bring it back, bring it up, up.
Lion Nation, welcome to the Roar Down. We're live 2026 UNA Fall Media Day at Lost Pizza Shoals, downtown Florence. We're kicking it with volleyball to start things off. They're getting ready for their season. I'm Mike Ezekiel. I'm joined by Given Hammonds. Given, welcome to the Roar Down. It's mic'd up at Media Day, but we're giving the mic around as well.
I think we're changing the name. It's going to be called Giving the Mic now, but yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm so excited.
Well, we're excited to kick off with volleyball. A lot of returners on this roster, and I'm going to let these two introduce themselves. Tell us your name, where you're from, and your position.
I'm Kinsley McGowan. I'm a junior setter from Cleveland, Tennessee.
I'm Reese Rickus. I'm a junior outside hitter from Harrison, Arkansas.
The pride of Tennessee and the pride of Arkansas, both on the roster. Some Alabama players, some other players from around a lot of different areas. But the main thing is a lot of returners. Both of you were all conference last year, Kendall Barnes as well, and you are kind of that three-headed trio. And then you got some others as well. But how excited are you guys to start this season?
So excited. I think we've been putting in a lot of work, and practice has been really fun recently. So I think just keeping that going, but definitely very excited for the season.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We've worked so hard for the spring, and we've just built a really strong connection moving forward into the season. So. All right, girls, we got a lot of transfers, like big-time transfers coming in. How excited are y'all to have some experience come and join y'all's staff?
It was nice. I think we got a glimpse of what an SEC transfer looks like with Jasmine coming in, and again, we haven't had it until this past spring with Phoebe coming in, but she's been absolutely killing it. She's an awesome person. Fit right into the team. Like it was very seamless transition for her. So very excited for her.
That's right. You alluded to Jasmine Brooks, who came over from Tennessee a couple years ago, and then, of course, Phoebe Reyes from South Carolina. The fans will become familiar with that name this coming fall. But
yes.
Next week, you guys start exhibitions. You're at home for both of those. Arkansas State, a team that's a very competitive one, and then, of course, Belmont as well. What do you guys hope to accomplish in those exhibition games?
I think definitely for the first game against Arkansas State, there's a little bit of I feel like a revenge coming. I think last year they did a great job when they played us at their exhibition, and the loss hurt a little bit. It was a pretty hard loss, so I think just coming back and using that as some motivation, some fuel for this upcoming game. Super excited for it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think it's a lot of just getting to finally compete other than just the same 16 people every day. So to really just put it all together and see how it goes. This is going to be y'all's third time playing Arkansas State. I know you said it's a revenge game, but it's like almost a double revenge game. Y'all are looking to get that first win against them. How are you going to do that? What's going to be different this year compared to last year?
I think last year there was a lot of nerves. The usual that comes with your first exhibition game. I think this year we have some very confident freshmen, whether they're on the court or off, like very confident people. I think the entire team in itself is very confident in what we can do and who they are as players and as people. So I think that's a little bit more of an edge on our side. We have that confidence there. And then we've done a lot of work together that has nothing to do with volleyball, mental, like everything like that off of the court that we didn't have last year. So there's a different level of like togetherness, I would say, that we're going to be playing with, and a little bit more of a competitive edge that we're coming in with.
All right, girls, as we kind of wrap up here, excited for this season and all the great things that are going to happen. But I want to go back to last season with my final question. The Alabama game, over 2,000 fans packed CB&S Bank Arena, and we have a pretty packed gym. Even when there's 700-800 people there, it feels like an electric environment. But how much more electric was it when you had played in front of 2,000 fans?
That was insane. That's definitely the most amount of people I've ever played in front of in general. So that was, the energy from the crowd is definitely insane. It's honestly hard to hear yourself a little bit out on the floor, but definitely like really insane, very fun environment to play in.
Yeah, it was electric, and like I agree with Ken, I've never played in front of that many people. So just hearing that and just it being so loud at times where you can't even hear like heart, like beat, it just can't beat it.
No, you know what that means, fans. You got to buy those season tickets. Let's pack out CB&S Bank Arena again. Of course, those two exhibitions in August, September 4th and 5th, the Nuna Kennard Invitational, and a lot of home games. UAC, very excited. Girls, thank you again for taking the time, and let's get you on to your next things. Thank you again.
Thank you for having us.
All right, fans, we'll be right back here on the Roar Down with our next guest.
If we don't always get to choose what's next, I'm going to make this choice count.
If what I believe in matters, then let's find out what I can do.
If I can be counted on, then I'll count on myself too.
If there's always room to grow,
Then let's see how big our world can get.
Want to keep up with North Alabama athletics no matter where you are? Stay up to date with all things UNA by following the Lions on social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the UNA Athletics YouTube page. Get your game day schedules, score updates, full game recaps, highlights, and more by keeping up with the Pride on social media. No matter where you are, you can stay in the know by following us on social media. Visit RoarLions.com today for more information.
Welcome back, fans. We're here at the Roar Down, Lost Pizza Shoals, downtown Florence, 2026 Fall Media Day. Tristan Johnson, head coach of the volleyball program, enters his 5th season. Very excited season for him. Coach, how you feel, man? It's Fall Media Day.
Yeah, I feel good. Just really appreciate Lost Pizza for having us out here and all of you guys for putting this together. This is year 5 for me, and every year it's just gotten better and better. I mean, every year that we've done this, it's grown and gotten bigger, and it's a great classy event. So excited about the season, and really appreciate you being here.
We're going to make this a pretty quick interview because you got to get to Boomo Bug over on 93.9 The Score, so tune in if you'd like. Also watch us, though. We don't want to lose you as a viewer, too. I know you guys have been watching today, so Tristan, I mean, every year it seems like we've seen improvement, and the biggest thing for me when I look at this roster, I see 3 all-conference players coming back. I see some that probably could have even been all-conference that are also back that maybe could take that step, too. I mean, just how excited are you for this returning core that you have?
Yeah, really excited. I mean, we bring back, like you said, a bunch of experience, and last year's team was a little young in terms of the girls that had to carry some pretty big roles, and so to have that experience coming into this year, just really, excited about that piece. And I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but the level of accountability they've taken from a leadership perspective in the locker room, I think that's the thing that I'm the most excited about. I mean, the play experience I think is going to help us a lot, but I really like where we're at with the leadership we have in the locker room, how the girls are holding each other accountable, and how they're showing up every day and competing. I think it's the thing that probably excites me the most about this group.
Coach, we talked to some of your girls about the Expedition game, August 18th against Arkansas State. This is a big redemption game for y'all, 3rd matchup. What's the mindset going into it?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. Brian there is a good buddy of mine. It's also, I coached there, 10 years ago, won a couple Sun Belt titles there. So they're very good. They're very competitive. They've won that conference 2 years in a row. And so to have them coming here is really exciting. To have an NCAA tournament team from last year coming into the bank and be able to compete against them right away, I think it's going to show us a lot about where we're at. And we're really excited about what we're doing, and so to be able to do that against a really high-quality opponent, I think is going to, show us the things we need to get better at, show us the things that we're doing a good job at, and so we're just excited to compete against somebody else, but really to compete against such a quality team is something that and to have that team coming to the bank is something that I'm really excited for.
Coach, last thing for me as we kind of get ready for you to go to Boomo Bug, and got a little emotional during the press conference listening to you talk about Nuna Kennard and the impact that she's had on this area and being able to name a tournament after her, and also bringing her out on the court against Alabama last year in front of 2,000 fans. We've never had over 1,000 before that. I mean, it was such a great environment. I guess talk about that impact, just not only from that Alabama game, but naming that tournament after Nuna Kennard, and just what volleyball means to this community.
Yeah, I mean, I think volleyball in general has grown so much, and the impact that Nuna had has just been so cool, and to have someone that was such a pioneer for women in sports to be able to be there. And I had mentioned in the press conference earlier, when she walked off that court, we almost had to pull her off the court because she was soaking in the moment so much, but it was awesome. And when she walked off, she said, "This is what I always dreamed of." And so for someone 95 plus years old, for that moment to impact that life that much meant the world to me, and it made naming the tournament after her and all those things just that much more meaningful because it meant that much to her. And so anytime we can celebrate those people that paved the way for these young women and for these young people, I think we have to celebrate those people as much as we can. because I feel like that gets lost sometimes, right? We take some of that stuff for granted, and the road that had to be paved for not only my girls, but for women in sports in general. And so I feel like celebrating her and those people is something that we need to make sure we take advantage of and that we do as much as we can. And so, yeah, I mean, it was awesome. And to have our second annual Nuna Kennard Invitational this year, just really excited about that. Appreciate Dr. Looney's support of that, Dr. Kitts, and then also y'all. I mean, you guys did such a great job of marketing that event and getting all those fans to that match. And for us to shatter that record was something that I know I'll remember for the rest of my life, and I'm sure the players will as well.
Head coach for UNA Volleyball, Tristan Johnson, always a pleasure, my man. Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck this season. We're going to be talking to a lot of people. We still got cross country, soccer, football to come here on the Roar Down. For Given Hammonds, I'm Mike Ezekiel. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
If we don't always get to choose what's next, I'm going to make this choice count.
If what I believe in matters, then let's find out what I can do.
If I can be counted on, then I'll count on myself too.
If there's always room to grow,
Then let's see how big our world can get.
Want to keep up with North Alabama athletics no matter where you are? Stay up to date with all things UNA by following the Lions on social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the UNA Athletics YouTube page. Get your game day schedules, score updates, full game recaps, highlights, and more by keeping up with the Pride on social media. No matter where you are, you can stay in the know by following us on social media. Visit RoarLions.com today for
Lion fans, welcome back. Roar Down. Mike Ezekiel joined by Given Hammonds. We're giving the mic around on Media Day, Lost Pizza Shoals, downtown Florence. Mike Ezekiel joined now by Coach Brent Dearman from the football team, Leo Glover. Coach, we got you quickly. I know we got to get you over to TV media, but you got a fun story to tell us that happened at practice. Kind of a little shout out to Leo and his dad as well.
One of the benefits to having some local kids on the team showed up 2 nights ago. We're having a scrimmage. And our technology guy comes up to me about midway through and says, Coach, our drone is down. And we haven't went very long. I said, guys, the batteries cannot be dead yet in our drone that films practice. And he said, Coach, the batteries aren't dead. Look up there in the top of that oak tree, and I see a red blinking light in the top of the oak tree. We have lowered the drone down into the tree, so we have no way to film outside of just standing up behind at practice. And luckily, Leo's dad came to practice, a local firefighter, and Leo's dad called over the fire truck, and it looked like they were saving a cat out of the tree. But they got her drone down, thankfully.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty funny. I remember in the middle of the scrimmage, I look at my dad, and he's talking to Coach Dearman, Penny, and I mean all these people. And I'm like, what is he doing? Because I was like, what is my dad doing? And then I see them point up at the tree, and I do see that light blinking. I was like, oh, my gosh. And it just hit me. I knew that was going to get the fire truck out there. But, yeah, he'd love to help in any way possible.
Man, well, it came through clutch. I mean, that was a crazy thing that happened, but you guys handled that adversity very well. And speaking of that, I mean, that's pretty much fall camp to a T, right? You're figuring out things. You talked about the fluid depth chart, the adversity you have to overcome at times. Just kind of give us a quick synopsis of fall camp and what you've been excited about so far.
I'll tell you the behind the scenes that people don't know sometimes. The day before that, our Coach Com headset system had got a little wet, and water had seeped into the computer, and we thought we were going to have to pay $16,000 for a new computer system. And my staff informed me of that, and I went in the tank. And then I look up the next day, and a $16,000 drone is in the top of a tree. So that's the things every day that people don't realize that's going on behind the scenes. But our players are working their tails off. Kind of the challenge today is there was nothing big and exciting about a day 10 of practice. It wasn't a scrimmage day. It wasn't a tackle day. It wasn't the first of anything. Can you show up and work when there's not something overly exciting about it? So like the way this team is heading. They're working their butts off. I think they're buying into the coaching that we have right now. So really exciting time.
All right, beauty of live television. I'm going to step out a second so Coach Dearman could get to his next thing. Gavin's going to ask Leo a question, and we're just going to keep rolling.
Yeah, so, okay, fall camp, start time, 6 a.m. breakfast. What's your morning routine before 6 a.m. start time? Obviously, morning, no one really wants to get up early, but you got to start the breakfast. You got to wake your body up. So tell me your morning routine before fall camp.
I have my playbook literally right beside my bed, so usually I wake up a couple minutes earlier than I usually do. I just go through everything the day before, some of the corrections, stuff I need to go over, looking forward to the next day. So I first thing, wake up, take my vitamins, and then I open my playbook, look at that. And I get up, put my clothes on, head out the door, team breakfast at the cafe with all the guys. Usually try to rush through that pretty fast, get to taping, and then from taping, meetings, then meetings to practice. Yeah.
I say, hey, that's a pretty good routine right there. And going through another fall camp, I believe your third one, correct?
Yes, sir.
So talk about, I guess, freshman year, played a little bit there, kind of when red shirts were still a thing. You red shirted, but you got your playing time in, and then took a really big step as a sophomore. Now, even in your third year, could take an even bigger step. Just talk about how excited you are to be kind of one of the leaders on this team now.
It's absolutely an honor to be a leader for these guys. I'm absolutely blessed. I mean, we got a good group of guys. Just Jaheim and D-Way there to come on in a minute. I mean, we got a chance to do something big around here, and I think we're really all excited. I mean, we've waited, and we got a perfect time to just do something good. We got a new stadium. It's new atmosphere. The atmosphere's rocking. It's just something that we're all looking forward to.
All right, Leo, and all the talk of, like, lifting big, lifting heavy. I know Steve got y'all working in there. Talk to me about what y'all been doing in the weight room.
Yeah, I mean, we have our numbers have went out the roof. I mean, we have all gotten stronger around the room. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. I don't know all the exact numbers, but I know we have so many guys squatting over 500, benching over 315. I mean, it's just absolutely wild. But I think this is the biggest we all have ever looked, and I think it's the strongest we all have ever been.
Very good. Well, Leo, thank you for taking the time with us today. It's been very exciting to have you here, Florence guy and guy that's ready to represent. Last question for me. You've played at Brawley Stadium almost your entire career. I mean, it's been amazing to see that, but now you finally get to play in Bacon Independent Stadium, and you know what this means for this community. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me that I get to go out there, perform in front of these fans, and especially my family. And I'm just absolutely honored to be in this position, and I cannot wait to go out there and do something big.
All right, well, that's Leo Glover. We're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll have a couple more football players. We'll have some other people come on as well. We're here live at Lost Pizza, Fall Media Day on the Roar Down. We'll be right back.
If we don't always get to choose what's next, I'm going to make this choice count.
If what I believe in matters, then let's find out what I can do.
If I can be counted on, then I'll count on myself too.
If there's always room to grow,
Then let's see how big our world can get.
Want to keep up with North Alabama athletics no matter where you are? Stay up to date with all things UNA by following the Lions on social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the UNA Athletics YouTube page. Get your game day schedules, score updates, full game recaps, highlights, and more by keeping up with the Pride on social media. No matter where you are, you can stay in the know by following us on social media. Visit RoarLions.com today for more information.
Hello, fans. Welcome back to our 2026 UNA Fall Media Day coverage live at Lost Pizza Shoals. We're on the Roar Down. Mike Ezekiel joined by Given Hammonds. We're excited to bring you all this great coverage. And now we got cross country we're going to focus on a little bit. We're excited. A couple of local girls. If you count Huntsville as local, I do. I mean, you right here in the North Alabama region, a couple of women's cross country runners. Coach Callahan kind of revealed to us that a lot of the guys are down at the beach right now, right before getting their season started. But glad you girls can join us. I'm going to let you both kind of introduce yourself, tell us your name, what year you're from, and where you're from. Or what year you are, I should say.
My name is Audrey Becker. I'm a current sophomore. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama.
And I'm Mariana Trimble. I'm a current junior, and I'm from Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Well, Mariana, let's start with you because you're kind of a legacy runner here. Your dad was a longtime cross-country coach here. In fact, when I was in college, he was the coach, Coach Trimble. And just talk about, I guess, that UNA background that you have and kind of what led to your decision. Was it 2 years ago to come to UNA?
Mm-hmm. So, yes, my dad did coach here. He also ran cross-country here as well, and my mom played basketball here as well. So, UNA's kind of been the background of my whole life, basically. But, yeah, they definitely had influence on me coming here, but ultimately they left the decision up to me. But I think it's really special getting to go here and, like, share that with them as well, that they also got to go here and play sports too.
Girls, both of these are for you. Both of y'all PR'd your last two races last season at the biggest stage, too, ASUN tournament and pre-regional, some of mine. Yeah, that's so awesome. What do y'all plan on doing, like, to bring those PRs into this season, keep running faster? What do y'all plan on doing?
Yeah, so I think for us it's probably both really important that we have a really good team dynamic. I think a lot of people overlook that cross country is a team sport. Sure, the individual performances are what make up it, but that keeping a high energy every meet, keeping our team focused, I think that's going to help everybody just continue to gain momentum each race and to have those best performances of the year at the big meets where it really matters.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think team performance is like a huge thing with us, and just to be close as a team and be able to, you know, get through the hard workouts and like hard practices with each other, that's extremely important to both of us. So.
Well, and I'm glad you both alluded to this. Cross country is a team sport, and kind of where that comes into play. Obviously, the scoring is done by team, and you rank your top 4, top 5 usually in those meets, and kind of that's where you get your scores. But also, you're pacing each other, and usually you have somebody that kind of runs similar to you that's pacing you, helping you improve your times. Talk about some of those teammates for you that you expect to kind of help push you and motivate you this year.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely Taylor Williams. We've always, even in high school when we raced against each other, we were always kind of like racing buddies, we would call each other. So I definitely rely on her in workouts and stuff like that to definitely like push each other and make each other better.
So I would definitely say there's a few girls I'm really excited about. Savannah is a returner. She's going to be a senior this year. She really pushed me and helped me my freshman year. And we have a few incoming girls, Lily Meeks and Amy Von Herman. I think they're going to be really big for us. And there's a transfer, too, actually, from South Dakota State. Her name is Starlin. I think she'll be really big, too, for us.
All right, girls, and here's my question, just something I've always wanted to know about cross country. Y'all run countless miles in the week, burning I don't know how many calories. Honestly, I don't want to know. What's y'all's post-run meal? Like, what do y'all use to refuel y'all's bodies after those races?
So for me, I like to have a protein shake just about every morning. Quick protein. It really, I switch it up. I kind of eat a lot of smaller meals. I'm kind of just always eating, just always fueling. I feel like we can't get enough fuel.
Yes, I'd agree too. I usually don't eat normally like a lot after practice because it's just like hot out. So outside sometimes, and so I'll do like a protein shake too. But we also will have like team like dinners too, especially before races. You know, we love to carb load and stuff as runners, so that's definitely what I like to do too.
That is outstanding, and I don't know if I could keep up with that. I mean, that's a tough diet for me, but you guys are so disciplined, and I really respect that. Last thing for me, just exciting that you have 2 home meets now. But also the addition of track and being able to have that in a bigger roster and more opportunities for the program. How excited are you for both of those things?
Definitely extremely excited. I'm very excited about the roster growing as well, definitely adding all the girls and guys that we've gotten over the past year. I'm extremely excited for our team to grow and for us to be able to finally run track in the conference too. I feel like that's definitely like a monumental thing for us, especially being D1 now too, to be able to do cross country and track. It's very good.
And I think we are also super pumped about having a second home meet. The home meets in Florence are like no other. All the teams come out. The support is insane. It's nothing like a cross-country meet I've ever been to, so I'm super pumped to have a second one.
Girls, thank you so much for joining us today. Help us set up our next guest. Tell us about Coach Callahan and what we can expect and how you like running for him.
I love running for him. As a coach, he's just been super understanding for us, especially dealing with injuries, and you can always go talk to him. Like he's extremely approachable, which I love about that too. But yeah, he's fun to talk to too.
He's a great guy. I love him. He's probably maybe my favorite coach I've ever had.
Yeah, mine too, for sure.
I think he just pushes us to be better every day.
All right, well, thank you both for joining us. I know y'all got some TV, some print things to do, so we'll let you get to it. But thank you again for joining us. Fans, when we get back, we'll talk to head coach Connor Callahan. We'll be right back.
If we don't always get to choose what's next, I'm going to make this choice count.
If what I believe in matters, then let's find out what I can do.
If I can be counted on, then I'll count on myself too.
If there's always room to grow,
Then let's see how big our world can get.
Want to keep up with North Alabama athletics no matter where you are? Stay up to date with all things UNA by following the Lions on social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the UNA Athletics YouTube page. Get your game day schedules, score updates, full game recaps, highlights, and more by keeping up with the Pride on social media. No matter where you are, you can stay in the know by following us on social media. Visit RoarLions.com today for more information.
Welcome back to Lost Pizza, UNA Fall Media Day 2026. Mike Ezekiel, Given Hammonds, Connor Callahan. We're excited. This is one of my favorite days of the year, Given. I mean, I just love being able to get together with our student athletes, our coaches. Everybody kind of comes out in the community. It's a fun time.
And I love being at Lost Pizza. Lost Pizza is such a nice host for us. They're so welcoming. They got food out here for us. They're letting us all eat while we're talking to these awesome people. I'm just so excited to be here.
Yeah, and on a day like today, I don't eat lunch. You know, I'm so nervous and not really nervous, but, you know, just running around, doing a lot of things. And I'll eat after, though, and I'm absolutely going to crush some Lost Pizza. Coach Callahan, speaking of being busy, we always joke about this. Year one of this event at Lost Pizza, you were literally driving down for it.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
I drove down for it and then drove back.
Yeah, you were getting ready to move down from Ohio. Year two, you welcome a baby in September, and we have this event in August, so you're busy with that. But year 3, I mean, what's going on?
I'm hoping something big within the team, something good within the team. Like my life, we're good where we are. The baby's good, so maybe something within the team.
It was great to hear from Audrey Becker, Mariana Trimble, a couple of your women's runners that are going to be leaders on the team. All the guys, as you said, are down at the beach right now.
Yeah, it was one that I had no idea. I sent them a text a couple months ago. Hey, we're going to move back in on the 12th maybe. Coach, can we go to the 13th because we're going to be at the beach? Who's we? And so I thought it was returners. Coming to find out, it's like 5 or 6 freshmen as well. So, yeah, I'm glad. I trust them. I have got no phone calls or anything, so I'm good. But it's kind of cool to see. It really is.
Well, we love the camaraderie, and let's start on the men's side since you're kind of talking about them and how well put together they are. It's going to be a very veteran group and going to be a bigger roster as well. But to finish, I believe 4th, that was the highest finish in ASUN history for UNA last year. And how do you build on that going into next year?
You build on it by being competitive. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. You gotta battle. You gotta wanna win. I think the biggest thing is I've been telling the team in a joking way, but kind of the mantra that I've had in my head is don't be a one-hit wonder. That you can't be a one-hit wonder. I come in my first year, Brian Bett wins a conference title. He finishes 16th, I think, that second year. Men, we have our highest finish in conference history, finishing 4th. Is that good enough? Are we good with one hits, or do we want to be more? Do we want to have an album? Do we want to do these kind of things? So we want to be more than a one-hit wonder, and to bring back everybody, that's huge from a competitive side. And we don't really know what the conference has, to be honest. We're still trying to see who's got what. Our guys, we haven't seen either our men's or our women's team, so I see what they're doing online, but I don't. You get a better feel when you see them in person.
Love it. And Given, I'm going to let you ask the next 2 just because you are now the cross-country SID, the track SID. You work with Coach Callahan closely, and we got to get you to your 1 o'clock show. So, Given, you take over.
Yeah, Coach. So your 2 top runners, Brian and Sandra, both of them are now juniors. They're bringing some of that seniority to your group. They're no longer like the young bucks that are coming out and just running for the first time. What is it going to be like having that experience running?
I think it's really big because you have to have the experience at this level. One time Brian told me, like, we're never afraid of anybody. And I think that's the mentality that as upperclassmen they need to bring to the underclassmen. And it's one of those that they've got a lot of talent, but we got to use it in the right way. And if you're only pushing yourself, then you're not going to make anybody else better. I think Sandra really pushed Audrey this past spring. It was one of those that Audrey's huffing and puffing and Sandra's looking over laughing like this isn't that bad. So to have that kind of leadership from that side, it might not be the most vocal leadership, but you definitely get the lead by example athleticism type there.
Awesome, Coach. And you mentioned 18 new runners. Obviously some are going to be running track for you. Who are you most excited for out of these transfers?
I mean, we've got one that fingers crossed visas get accepted and things like that. Nathan's one coming in from England that I'm excited about. I think he's bounced around a little bit, but just having conversations with him, you have deep conversations with kids, but when they ask questions and I tell recruits, if you want to be here, I want you here. Like, I don't want to have to sell you all the time. And he's a guy that, I mean, he was just blowing me up. So I think coming into a culture that fits what he's looking for, he's going to have a good season, I think.
We'll wrap up here since you have Boomo Bug at 1 o'clock. Last thing for me, 2 home events this year.
Yes.
It's kind of a rarity for cross country, but you got the Sherry Kinnemer Classic. You talked about how important it was to name that after her and what she's meant to the program. But just to have 2, I mean, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I think the first one, we get our feet wet, see what we can do, and then that Kinnemer Classic it's big. At my first year here, Sherry was driving vans. Sherry was doing everything. So she's done way more than that in all her time here, but I'm excited to have that here for her.
Coach, it's always an honor and a pleasure to have you. 3rd year for you. Excited to see what comes from that, and thank you for taking the time to join Given tonight.
Thank you. Excited to have you, Given.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Well, fans, we'll be right back here at Lost Pizza. We're going to talk some UNA soccer coming up next.
If we don't always get to choose what's next, I'm going to make this choice count.
If what I believe in matters, then let's find out what I can do.
If I can be counted on, then I'll count on myself too.
If there's always room to grow,
Then let's see how big our world can get.
Want to keep up with North Alabama athletics no matter where you are? Stay up to date with all things UNA by following the Lions on social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the UNA Athletics YouTube page. Get your game day schedules, score updates, full game recaps, highlights, and more by keeping up with the Pride on social media. No matter where you are, you can stay in the know by following us on social media. Visit RoarLions.com today for more information.
Defense. Defense. Yeah, let's get a defense chant going on because our defense was incredible on the soccer team last year. We're excited to talk about that. Talk some captaincy as well. These three are excellent to talk to. But we're here at Fall Media Day, Lost Pizza Shoals. We're on the Roar Down. Mike Ezekiel, Given Hammonds. And we got some legends with us today ready to talk some UNA soccer. Season starts on Wednesday night at ETSU. That's a big one in Johnson City. And then, of course, coming back home, opening the season at Bank Independent Stadium in October. That's going to be exciting. But what we're going to do, girls, we're going to go down the line. You're going to tell us your name, your position, and your hometown.
I am Lily Ford, and I play center back. And I am from Salt Lake City, Utah.
My name is Charlotte Sabatka. I'm from Troy, Michigan, and I play forward and midfield.
I'm Adeline Spate. I'm from Edwardsville, Illinois, and I'm a center back or center midfield.
So we got our two defensive players flanking our attacker, but all three of you are captains this year, but all seniors, right? Yep. That's what I thought. I mean, it's really exciting. And Addie, you were a captain last year as well, and was just named UAC Defensive Preseason Player of the Year. How exciting is that?
It's super. Sorry, it's super exciting. Honestly, I can't do it without my teammates. Like, they support me in every single thing, and just off the field as well. I've worked hard for this, but they've worked even for me. So it's honestly because of them.
And Lily, let's talk about that back line a little bit. You were a big part of that too, and the NCAA statistical champion for save percentage, obviously Madison Vukas was a big part of that, but also y'all made the work a little easier on that back line there for her, and even in the front. I mean, just what everybody did, but just talk about how great it is to have this defense intact as it is.
Yes, it's amazing. Maddie obviously was killer. She did amazing, but I would like to credit our back line, saying that we held it down back there as well for her, and us all together. We just worked super well together. We just move as a unit, honestly. Like, I've never played with a back line where it's so fluid and just reading each other's movements and be able to pressure cover so well without even having to say anything. And it's just, we just work together. It's great.
And Charlotte, we got a good attack too, I mean, this year, and I think the coaches are taking notice. Second in the preseason poll that just went out. A lot of respect there from the UAC. I mean, that's got to mean something to this team, knowing that, hey, you got a lot coming back, and the rest of the conference respects you.
Yeah. We're just excited to be second, and we're ready. I mean, it's on the table for us to get the work done and be second, but we want first, obviously. So, yeah, our offense hopefully will get it done this season.
Awesome, girls. And a new season means new routines. I know we've only had 2 expedition games, but what are some pre-game superstitions or routines that y'all might have?
I don't really have any, honestly. I mean, I get a T-bomb, obviously. Have to have that energy. I do the same hair, but that's just because I don't know what else to do. But you guys have anything?
I don't really have anything for that. I mean, we always listen to music, always try to hype each other up in the locker room before. And we pray before every game together, and yeah,
I don't have any really either, just kind of doing the same hairstyle, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, what if you have time to pick one song before the game? What are you picking?
What's the one that
I'm just going to hold the mic right here.
Hot Wings. I Want to Party from Rio.
Yeah. I love that song.
Yes, that's it.
That song gets me hype.
Hey, I might be the only one. I don't know that song, but
Gotta listen to it.
Hey,
I'll look it up after. after this.
I will, and I'm going to take y'all's word for it. Maybe Braden could even put it in the broadcast. No, it is great. Okay, first game in 2 days. I mean, do you guys feel like you're ready for the season to start? Obviously, you've had 2 exhibitions. You've learned a lot about yourself since then. You feel ready for Wednesday?
I do feel ready. I think we all feel ready. We've been here longer than usual, and so we've just been preparing and working hard and waiting for this moment to finally come, and I think we're just ready to give it our all.
Yeah. We have a super competitive team this year and a lot of depth in our bench, and we're excited to use everybody and hopefully get it done.
Yep. I think we're all just excited. I mean, we've been here for so long, and so we're excited to just get out there and play people different, and it actually matters, so.
All right, girls, and I wasn't going to bring it up, but y'all brought it up, and I'm a girl's girl, so I want to know, talk to me about y'all's game day hair.
I just do a slick back and then a bubble braid. And then for like October, we do like bows, pink bows. But
I always do a slick back bun, low bun.
I also do a slick back bun. Got to keep all this hair tight in there, you know. Yeah.
Nothing on the neck.
Yeah.
No.
It's too hot.
Y'all are running too much. I wouldn't want my hair on my neck either. Yeah, got to have it in place with the slick back.
Given with the real hard-hitting questions here today, I mean, that's, whew, you know, I just spike it, you know. No matter what I've spiked it. What about you, Given?
Oh, goodness. Whenever I played, we had helmets, so you never wanted the helmet to mess up your cute little hairstyle. I was just a ponytail girl, but, yeah, keep it simple. So that's what I did.
All right, last couple things for me. First of all, Macon Independent Stadium's opening in October for you guys to play in. Instantly, to me, is probably going to be the best environment in Division I soccer maybe for y'all to play in a stadium like that. Big, giant video board. I mean, how excited are y'all for that?
I mean, we're so excited. I think it'll just completely change the environment of everything, and I think a lot of more people will be able to come out just because it's right in the middle of town, and Cox Creek is just a couple minutes away, so it's more out of people's sight. But with it just right there, I think more people can come up and our community will show up for us along with the amazing stadium. Yep.
All right. Yeah. There you go. And then I'll let all of you kind of answer this one. Chris Walker's about to come on. Tell us about Chris Walker.
Oh, Chris, you know, we like to mess around with each other, but he's great, and we're having a great season with him so far, and we're just excited to see where he can take us.
Yep.
Yeah, he's super personable. He gets to know each and every one of us. So I think that really helps build those relationships for on the field, but also off the field. So I think he's really good at that.
Awesome. Well, girls, thank you for taking the time to join us today. The captains of this team, good luck this season, and Roar Lions.
Thank you.
Roar Lions.
All right, fans, we'll be right back here on the Roar Down. Head coach Chris Walker coming up.
If we don't always get to choose what's next, I'm going to make this choice count.
If what I believe in matters, then let's find out what I can do.
If I can be counted on, then I'll count on myself too.
If there's always room to grow,
Then let's see how big our world can get.
Want to keep up with North Alabama athletics no matter where you are? Stay up to date with all things UNA by following the Lions on social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the UNA Athletics YouTube page, get your game day schedules, score updates, full game recaps, highlights, and more by keeping up with the Pride on social media. No matter where you are, you can stay in the know by following us on social media. Visit RoarLions.com today for more information.
All right, Lion fans, welcome back. 2026 UNA Fall Media Day. We're here on the Roar Down. Mike Ezekiel, joined by Given Hammonds. We're here at Lost Pizza. We're talking to UNA head soccer coach Chris Walker. 14 seasons for you, my friend, and you've done quite a few of these, but this one's a pretty special one, a 2026 year where you're going into a new stadium and a lot of great things happening. How excited are you?
No, it's going to be fantastic to be back on campus. Obviously, I've been around where we played on the practice field in the middle of campus, and I think credit to the community and our supporters as well. Last year we set the record in the ASUN for attendance, and to be able to do that off campus is great. So now moving back into Bank Independence Stadium, being right near the dorms, the cafeteria, there's no excuses not to just keep raising the attendance and, enjoy every moment.
It's amazing. You've led the league in attendance in the ASUN for being at the Sportsplex, being at the practice field at Cox Creek, and you've done that and still have brought a great attendance, and I'm sure you'll definitely do it again. But season starts Wednesday at ETSU, Summers Taylor Stadium. Really exciting. I think that's a natural surface, if I'm not mistaken, but you've definitely had some experiences in those first two exhibition games you've played so far. Both have been kind of tough weather, so talk about just weathering those storms.
No, it's been great. I actually don't mind some adversity in preseason with stuff like that. It gets the girls prepared because it's going to happen. We play in July, August, September, where there's going to be thunderstorms and delays happen. So they've dealt really well with that. And we're a senior-led team. You've seen the three that came up, the captains, and they lead by example. So they make my life easier, and they got on with it during the delay, and we're ready to go. Having the two preseason games is great. It allowed us to just prepare and look at some new faces and new combinations, and basically virtually everyone got out there in both games, and it's been helpful.
All right, Coach, preseason polls just came out. Y'all got second. Last time I talked to you, you said no fear going into this new conference. You're ready for the new competition. Bring it on. They kind of might seem to be a little intimidated by UNA. They gave y'all two. What do you think about that?
No, I think it's great. I mean, it's credit to how well the girls did last year. I think EKU were the number one vote for preseason. We played them twice last year, and it was, we tied both games. So I think top to bottom, the UAC is going to be really competitive. So if you ever play really well, there's a chance we do well at the top. If we don't play well, there's a chance it slips the other way. So I think that's what makes it exciting. So we're looking forward to playing, the similar ASUN teams that are in there with us, and then the new teams from Texas and Little Rock as well. So it's going to be an exciting year.
Yeah, and speaking of those new teams, Abilene Christian, I think you played them, 5-6 years ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago. Obviously, when we were in that transition, trying to get home games, and then we went back out to theirs. So, yeah, we've seen them. Obviously, a lot's changed in the past 5-6 years, so it'll be nice to, build that rivalry with them and Tarleton and Little Rock, and carry on some of the Austin Peay's, the West Georgias type rivalries as well.
Yeah, and even on the ASUN side, chance of some crossover games over the years. West Florida moving in to that conference as well, and that's a rivalry that that's could bud, and West Georgia over the years as well. You talked about a lot of those already, but just how competitive you expect this conference to be?
No, I think it's going to be great. I mean, I think EKU last year were top 75 in the RPI, and they played out a fantastic year. So we want to be right up there ourselves, and we've built a schedule to where it'll be a competitive non-conference between obviously traveling out and playing ETSU and Asheville, and then we have a couple of home games, and then we fly out to California and play two really good teams, UC San Diego and Cal Baptist, who have historically been really good. So, and then we'll take a break and get into UAC play, and that should hopefully get us prepared to have a good run at the conference.
All right, Coach, soccer is our first sport of the season, of the 2025-2026 season. Y'all get us started, hopefully getting us started strong. Yeah. Super excited about it for y'all. What's something that you can tell the fans to kind of look forward to this season?
No, I think we'll play an exciting brand of soccer. We're going to be a team that is high pressing, athletic. The girls have been working hard on the fitness side of stuff, so we'll be energetic and fun to watch. So hopefully the crowd keeps coming out and we'll score plenty of goals and make it exciting.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that roster. We know you're very defensively strong, and preseason defensive player of the year, Addie Spate. She was a captain last year too. Lily Ford's back, and just very strong defensively. And we saw a lot of that with Madison Vukas, and I think the defense really helped her last year. And now you have another goalkeeper battle going on. So talk about that, and talk about how this defense is really going to help lend its hand to that.
No, I think it was fantastic. Obviously, Maddie did really well in goal last year, and I think obviously credit to her how well she's done and what she's progressed on to do. But the back four in front of her were fantastic. We return all four of those. And then Avery in front of her was all conference as well. She's back. So the combination of the work rate in there, plus the new faces that are gonna, rock the boat and compete for some playing time in there. I think we're really deep in that area, and it's competitive. So, I like to, be defensively strong and then move down the field and score goals from there. Because if we don't give up goals, obviously you're difficult to beat. So, I think they're hard working. They're willing to work hard and do whatever it takes for each other.
Very tactically excited to see how you guys operate, especially defensively, but attacking as well. Excited to see that. And Coach, you've been here 14 years. You're excited about this season and everything that you've accomplished over the years, and to help us through this transition, to make a couple runs at the ASUN Championship and get close to that. And now at the UAC, expected to do well there. But just talk about what this school means to you, being here as long as you have, what this program and what this community means to you.
No, it's been fantastic. We're fully invested especially in the soccer community here. My son plays over in Huntsville. My wife is the high school soccer coach here in town and is involved. So anything soccer related, we're in and involved in it. But the community does a fantastic job. We get the girls out in the community and helping out in every way possible. Adam and Kevin work closely within the Shoals Soccer Club as well. So UNA Soccer is out there, but they come and support us. We love the place. I mean, we've been here 14 years. We wouldn't be here if we didn't. So it's all my son Ben has known. He's 12 and he's been here every moment of the way. He did Kilby all the way through, and now he's at Florence Middle. So it's a fantastic community, and one that keeps supporting us.
Seems like just a decade ago we were celebrating that GSC championship on the penalty kicks, and they were real little at that point.
Yes, they were. It was fantastic. So we've got a team picture actually in the office of by the first D1 game, and then the GSC championship, and he's tiny. So, but no, it's been a great 14 years, and hopefully we can keep it rolling.
And hey, last thing, speaking of that, I mean, some pros from that team and some pros in the D1 era. I mean, you've got a lot of players playing overseas, playing on teams. I mean, that's got to be exciting for you too.
No, it's fantastic. We keep up to date with them and everything. It's funny, Brianna Eads is playing in Switzerland, and they started their season the other day, and they won the first game 3-0, and she got a goal from a centre-back position. So she's year 3 of a professional contract and doing fantastic as well. So keeping in touch with all the girls that have gone off and played professionally is a credit to them and the program. So it's been great.
Yeah, and I think some future Hall of Famers coming up in the next few years as well. A lot of them on the ballot that are ready to kind of get in. Chloe, of course, getting in. I mean, it's major. So, Coach, thank you for taking the time to be with us today, Fall Media Day, and get best of luck on Wednesday at ETSU.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks.
All right, we'll be right back here on the Roar Down as we get ready to wrap up. We have a special bonus segment, too, a little surprise. We'll bring that out in a little bit. We're also hoping to talk to Dr. Looney. We'll be right back.
If we don't always get to choose what's next, I'm going to make this choice count.
If what I believe in matters, then let's find out what I can do.
If I can be counted on, then I'll count on myself too.
If there's always room to grow,
Then let's see how big our world can get.
Want to keep up with North Alabama athletics no matter where you are? Stay up to date with all things UNA by following the Lions on social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the UNA Athletics YouTube page. Get your game day schedules, score updates, full game recaps, highlights, and more by keeping up with the Pride on social media. No matter where you are, you can stay in the know by following us on social media. Visit RoarLions.com today for more information.
Welcome back. UNA Fall Media Day at Lost Pizza Shoals. I'm Mike Ezekiel, joined by Given Hammonds. It's kind of mic'd up at Media Day, kind of giving the mic around as well. We're having fun here, and we're kind of wrapping up at Lost Pizza for Media Day, and it's one of my favorite events of the year. And Natalie's actually bringing us back here. She's behind the camera because this is our special segment. Dr. Looney's coming on in a minute, but I got to bring on Grant Wakefield, Braden Rogers. You guys see Grant. He's a lot behind the scenes, but sometimes he'll come in front of the camera. But Braden Rogers, I want to bring you in front of the camera today because you are the one pulling the strings on all this stuff. What you're watching right now is a lot because of him and all the great things he's doing. But Braden, tell us what fans can expect from Roar Lions Productions this year. What are some things you're proud of, and what are some things you'd like for fans to know about?
Well, I guess the thing I'm most proud of is like starting, like it was a year ago, just about a year ago, where this whole thing started, where we did last Media Day, we did a live stream, and the journey we've taken since then. I think we did like 100 and something streams. Yeah, last year, just on our social streams, and we added 88 E+ streams. But what I'm most excited for this year is we're really ramping up our football radio segments and our football radio coverage, both at home, the Week 0 at Joe Davis, and all of our away games are also going to be really nice because I'm bringing my computer that's going to allow us to do a lot more things with it. And then I'm just also excited, just every single radio show, every single live segment of social media, you're going to be able to see archived on our YouTube, on roarlions.com/watch, and it's just really been exciting to see all that going on. So,
Guys, these two have been behind the camera. You've seen Grant in front of the camera sometimes, doing countless hours for you, for our media, for the fans, the community. Everything that you've seen production-wise, these two have done. They are geniuses when it comes to it. They know the ins and outs of everything. Something goes down, they got it back up in like 3 seconds. I don't know how they do it. Like I said, they're geniuses, but I just wanted to thank y'all for all y'all's hard work that y'all have done. I know that we couldn't have done it without you. We can't do any of this fun stuff without y'all behind the cameras, so I know I'm saying it for Mike too, but thank y'all so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It's love to do it, and then shout out to Braden. He does a lot of this, the digital side. He's very familiar with that. He started this idea of what was a way to get baseball broadcasts on the air a few years ago when we didn't have a press box or anything at Mike Lane Field at Bank Independent Stadium. So that was just kind of a way to get started, and it's taken off from here. So shout out to Braden on that one as well.
And Braden, the reason I had this idea was because the very first time we did this format on Facebook and doing the live stream kind of to test it was last year's Fall Media Day. And it went tremendous. It had hundreds of viewers across all those platforms, and you've been able to make that multi-formatted where people can get it wherever they are. And I mean, I guess go back to that very first broadcast. What went into that, and how far has it grown in the last year?
Well, it was really funny because last year, we had done some booth cams on like Facebook and YouTube for like Grant was talking about the baseball season. I remember the really. My most fond memory was at Rickwood, the walk-off, and that was one of the first times we did our booth cam, and it was a really special moment. But then Ben over the summer was like, all right, we're buying into this digital radio, and our first test was, like you said, this media day, and I had my laptop and a couple of cameras, and we didn't really have the audio figured out that well. The signal was killing our feed to our red box. It wasn't the greatest, but it proved that we could get it done. We could get it to those platforms. And since then, we're now on Instagram for all of our streams. We're now on Twitch. We're now on roarlions.com/watch, both audio and visually. And then we're also on the Varsity Network app. And I don't know, it's just like we've come a long way. I've started to bring my computer to a lot of things. And we've started relying on... instead of doing a lot of pre-recorded shows, we've done a lot more live shows because that's kind of easier to an extent on us, but it's also really accessible for everyone else. They're not having to go look it up on just YouTube. They can find it wherever they are.
Man, well, it's been so great, and the feedback has been tremendous from our fans. They know where to find us. Roarlions.com/watch. You talked about that. Facebook, Twitter. Twitch, YouTube. I mean, Roar Lions Productions is everywhere, and to have it at Fall Media Day is also tremendous. It just adds a great element, and just wanted to take this moment after a year to tell you how great it's been, and so people can see the faces behind of what goes on there. And Grant, all that you do in the ESPN booth as well, and when you get to come out and broadcast, just want to shout you out as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It should be a fun year. We're hitting a big milestone with ESPN Productions this year as well, a brand new control room. We'll have more cameras than ever at football games, Bank Independent Stadium this year, so should be fun. We're still trying to learn some of those things out, and work some of those things out, but we're looking forward to it. And on the ESPN side, it's going to be a lot of fun as well. Shameless plug here: if you're a UNA student and you are looking for a job to work, please feel free to email me. Go to roarlions.com. You can find my contact information as well. So had to knock the shameless plug out right there.
All right, well, we're about to outro out of this segment. So, Braden, any instructions for Natalie as she sends us to commercial?
Just whenever we're done, hit break 1.
All right, well, we're about to cue Natalie up for break 1. We'll be right back with our next segment here on the Roar Down from Lost Pizza UNA Media Day.
If we don't always get to choose what's next, I'm going to make this choice count.
If what I believe in matters, then let's find out what I can do.
If I can be counted on, then I'll count on myself too.
If there's always room to grow,
Then let's see how big our world can get.
Want to keep up with North Alabama athletics no matter where you are? Stay up to date with all things UNA by following the Lions on social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the UNA Athletics YouTube page. Get your game day schedules, score updates, full game recaps, highlights, and more by keeping up with the Pride on social media. No matter where you are, you can stay in the know by following us on social media. Visit roarlions.com today for more information.
You know, guys, I've been chasing people around all day, just like we drew it up. And we got Davis, too. Mic'd up at Media Day, Roar Down, Lost Pizza, Shoals. We're just having fun, guys. It's kind of dwindling down now, but I wanted to do some surprise segments today to let all the fans on Facebook or wherever you're watching see the faces that kind of drive the ship and make things happen. Chase Glover, one of the assistant SIDs. You got Drew Barton, who runs a lot of our creative photography graphics that you see on social. Davis Farlow, the videographer. Guys, thank you for taking some time.
Man, I'm just excited to be here, Mike.
Yeah, thrilled.
Ditto.
Okay, so Fall Media Day, it's kind of exciting that you guys get to have a little part in this too, and you're going to be doing a lot of things behind the scenes this year. Just tell fans a little bit about what you're excited about and some things that you get to do.
I think one of the most excited parts of the season get to be when I just get to start seeing some graphics and stuff coming out from games this year. Just some a record set, some photos, some videos, and just get to acknowledge our teams in the best possible light. And I think these two guys right next to me get to do that the most.
Davis.
You know, I think that one of the things that I'm most excited for is the environment. It does not get much better than being in the middle of a college football stadium in the middle of a game. Like that's just something that you can't beat, something that you can't get anywhere else, and I'm so excited to just be a part of it again.
Drew.
Yeah, I like being on the other side of the camera. I like telling the stories of our student athletes. They all have very unique and good stories, and just sharing the experience for our fans to see on social media that make them want to come and be a part of those things. So really good stuff there.
And since you guys are on this side of the camera, I just want to take a moment to let you guys tell us what is your favorite moment that you've been a part of, whether you photographed it, whether you covered it, or whether you videoed it. What's been your one favorite moment from UNA since you've been here?
KJ Johnson against Lipscomb, game winner. There's nothing that I think I've captured that has matched the adrenaline as soon as the ball goes in, and then all of the work after. I mean, we stayed in the gym for 2 hours or so after the game to get all the content out for ESPN, all the different stuff, SportsCenter Top 10, all those things. So that was one of the coolest things I've ever covered. And then honestly, something that comes to, I'm not going to say a close second, but something that gave me the same feel was baseball this past year. Whenever Jenkins. Leighton Jenkins going out after the season injury.
Hat tip.
And the hat tip, just that photo, we have it hanging up in the annex. So I think that was one of those that as soon as I hit the button, I knew I got the photo, and I was pretty thrilled with it. So those are two good ones.
Andrew, since you mentioned it real quick, go back to that KJ Johnson shot because it was number 1 on SportsCenter Top 10. I remember that was one of those that, like, ESPN somehow lost the footage, and we had to screen record it and send it back to SportsCenter. It was a crazy night, like you said. We were there till about midnight, and driving back was just emotional. But for you and for Will Boley having to chase down to get video, I mean, talk about that very moment when the shot went in, where you had to be and how crazy it was.
I mean, when I saw the shot go up, I didn't think there was a chance. Whenever it fell, it was just like, oh my gosh, what do we do? So me and Will start sprinting across the gym. We're trying to capture it, all the things. There's 500 different angles we could go about it to capture the moment. So we focus on KJ, and then next thing you know, you and Ben's phones are going crazy, like, oh, we need this footage, we can't get it. ESPN the broadcast wasn't very clear, so now we want to shout out our people and just all the things. It was a really cool moment.
That was special. Chase, what about you?
I actually have two that came to mind, so I'm glad somebody else went first so I can think of it. It might be the most recent on my mind, which is why I went here first, but I think the till 3 a.m. Lipscomb baseball battle in the ASUN tournament this past season, turning into we had to play FGCU in like 6 hours the next day, and then winning that game off of a double play by the great Nash Rippon in left field was really just kind of insane. I think I was sprinting around the press box because I'm sitting next to FGCU SID. And he was just like, you could see it on his face how excited he was that he just won the game, and then just absolutely rip it away and to make it the ASUN championship game was really great. I think one that kind of nearly mirrors it, I just wasn't there in person. My friend Drew Barton here, Taylor Clemens, I believe, went. Not sure if Davis got to go. But the ASUN tournament soccer game against Jacksonville this year, when Madison Vukas, I was on the edge of my seat the entire game. I was actually with cross country at this point with their conference championship, but just watching her have 15 saves in that game, and just every single time a shot went, I think there was 29 shots from that Jacksonville team in that game.
Yes.
And the defense held off 14 of them. She had 15 of them. We went into PKs. Just 110 minutes of pure just excitement and thrill. So those were a lot of fun during my time.
All right, Davis, take us home.
I've got a regular season poll for you. This past baseball season, when Will Millard tied us up in Game 1, I believe it was against Bellarmine, correct? Was it Bellarmine or EKU? It was one of those two. Will Millard tied us up with a home run out towards left field, probably on the church parking lot, maybe even on the roof. Who knows? Yes, amen. And then Petey Kraska proceeds to go ahead and walk us off with a double that went into like right center field. Storming the field that night, Gatorade bath for Petey. Some of the best footage I've ever gotten, some of my most favorite memories have been from this past baseball season. That was a really magical moment, I think, for me, and a magical season as a whole.
If I can add on to that, if you watch any videos on social media, Davis Farlow does probably 98% of those. In that particular video, you can hear Davis giggling all the way through to storm the field with him. So make sure to pay attention to that one if you watch it back.
Yeah, and shout out Grant Wakefield with a great call. Him and I did that game together on ESPN Plus, and that was a magical moment. That was one of the moments of the season I'll never forget.
Oh, one more. I will add one more. Senior night women's basketball quadruple overtime game against West Georgia. That was a good one too.
That was an epic game
Yes,
for sure.
that was a good one.
118-107 final score. I mean, it was epic indeed. Made Sports Center. Y'all rattled off a lot of great moments, but I wanted to give you guys some FaceTime here and let the fans know who's behind the scenes doing a lot of work. Chase obviously covering his sports so well, and you'll see him on ESPN Plus. Drew and Davis behind the cameras, bringing great coverage to social media. Guys, thank you for taking some time, and thank you for all you do for UNA.
Thank you, Mike.
Roar Lions.
Roar Lions.
Fans, we'll be right back on the Roar Down. We're going to wrap up with Dr. Josh Looney, and we'll get out of here at UNA Fall Media Day 2026, live from Lost Pizza Shoals. We'll be right back.
If we don't always get to choose what's next, I'm going to make this choice count.
If what I believe in matters, then let's find out what I can do.
If I can be counted on, then I'll count on myself too.
If there's always room to grow,
Then let's see how big our world can get.
Want to keep up with North Alabama athletics no matter where you are? Stay up to date with all things UNA by following the Lions on social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the UNA Athletics YouTube page. Get your game day schedules, score updates, full game recaps, highlights, and more by keeping up with the Pride on social media. No matter where you are, you can stay in the know by following us on social media. Visit RoarLions.com today for more information.
All right, Lion fans, final segment here on the Roar Down. I'm Mike Ezekiel, joined by Given Hammonds. Fall Media Day 2026, live from Lost Pizza Shoals in downtown Florence. Our final segment, we're bringing on the athletic director, 2026 NACDA Athletics Director of the Year, Dr. Josh Looney. I got to squeeze that in anytime I can, but Dr. Looney, thanks for joining us. And, I mean, we're kicking off the season in 2 days.
It's incredible, and yeah, thanks on that honor. Obviously, department piece, and it's easy to get honors when things are happening around you, building things for the first time. I think it's awesome that national folks are recognizing what's going on at UNA, and obviously have a special season coming up with a lot of things that are happening for the first time, and that people in this community have waited a long time for, and to bring that game day vibe to campus, it is going to be something special in here in just about 40-some days.
Yeah, there were three things that we kind of highlighted in the press conference, and that was one of them. Bacon Independence Stadium opening for football on September 19th and then October 4th for soccer, the addition of 2 new sports, and, of course, the move to the UAC. A lot of exciting things going on.
Yeah, 3 points of newness, right? And, we at the beginning of this, we said that those that were here a decade ago and to think back at what your university has become, it's really special. I've been able to see the latter 5 years of this, and it's unbelievable to think about what we look like in 2021. But you think of the University of North Alabama, from the enrollment, right, to the academic success, to the facilities, on and off the athletic side of it, to what's happening now, where we're seeing our first Division I championships have come over the last 2 years, and doing things that haven't been happening in a really proud athletic department for 30-some years. The all-sports trophy that happened 2 years ago, hadn't done that in the GSC since '99. Baseball program, right, competitive for years, win a regular season conference title this year, hadn't happened since 2005, right? And so it's a special time, and then when you add in the difference, and I'd say just the legitimacy that Bank Independence Stadium will bring our campus as a whole, take athletics out of it, right? But I envision that you've got that somebody coming from a junior visit day, and they start their tour of UNA and their first impression in Bank Independence Stadium. And they may never, we hope they do, but they may never come to a football game or a soccer game. That may be the only time they're in that stadium, and then they go and meet the chemistry or biology professors, and they say, wow, well, they've been going to Troy or Jacksonville State or UAB, and they get that experience, and our chemistry and biology programs may be every bit as good, if not every bit better than those, but there's this sense of legitimacy that an on-campus stadium brings 365 days a year, not to mention what happens if they visit on a football Saturday that's on campus. I think it's just going to elevate everything that we've seen going on that's great at UNA from an academic and an athletic perspective.
Yeah, very well said, Given.
Dr. Looney, you mentioned that tailgating is going to be on campus for the first time ever in UNA's history. Super exciting for the community, super exciting for the students, getting to be right there next to the stadium, be right there in the heart of it, by all the dorms, by all the food and stuff. Super exciting. Just kind of talk to me about that.
Yeah, I mean, think of this. There's a lot of things happening for the first time. And if you go back to the stadium, it's been 2 years now. It was the 1974 Football Media Guide, page 2, rendering UNA announces plans for on-campus stadium. So 52 years in the making. But since we restarted playing football in 1949, this is our 78th football season. Never once have people been able to tailgate on campus. All the things in our awesome history in campus, on a football Saturday, they've had to schedule the time to show their friends or their children, hey, this is where I took my English class. This is where I met such and such, right? This is Leo and Una, and how that area changed from chain link fences and I got a kick out of, the homecoming queen in the cage at times with the live lines, stuff like that to where we've become. That hasn't happened. And that happens almost everywhere across the country as part of a football Saturday. So for the first time, that's happening, right? And all of that happens on campus where you don't have to schedule it separate, which is what we've had to do before. And so I think it just builds incredible university pride, all of those things, not to mention a best-in-class experience and what people are going to see with this stadium. There is nothing like it at the FCS level, from the premium amenities to the bowl sitting and game day. It is going to be a high-energy, packed environment that we're really proud of.
Dr. Looney, we'll wrap up here. Appreciate the time, and just want to tell you, obviously being Fall Media Day, kind of the kickoff, you get the local media, the community all together, and you see the support on a day like today, and then you obviously see it when they're in the stands. We're leading the league in attendance in almost all of our sports, top 3 in every sport. I mean, it's special, but the event like this that kind of kicks it off with our local media and the support we have from the community. How special is that?
It matters here in the Shoals, and I think sometimes we take that for granted here, and I don't mean our coaches and our staff and our athletes, because they see it, because we get to go out to similar size institutions. But it means something here. The fan support's unbelievable. It's among the best in our league. I'd say it's the best, right, for pound. It matters. And, yes, you're always there's other large schools that draw allegiance of people throughout state. Every state has that. Not every school the size of UNA has what we have in the Shoals community. It's special, and we just got to say thank you. But for the folks that are here every day, we see it across our league. There really is no other environment like UNA, and it's a really special time to be part of our programs.
Given, send us home. You got anything to add?
Only thing I was going to add is I've had the 360 experience. I've been from athlete to now staff. I've just gotten to see everything that you've been a part of and just all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Y'all, this guy knows every fact there is to know about UNA athletics. He knows every athlete. He knows their middle names probably. I don't know. He probably knows my middle name. But just kudos to him for just
fact
being.
Check with Mike.
Yeah,
now she had what 2 or 3 top 10 catches last year.
There he goes. Right.
It should have been 3.
Okay, it was 2. So yeah, we know that piece too. You know, I'll end with this because I know we're not on a hard.
No, not at all.
So my daughter, my youngest Perry, she's really into softball and she gets into the players, and so she watches these softball short reels on YouTube. And she was watching, and I was watching one with her this summer, and it was right at the end, and it was a bunch of SEC plays, and then all of a sudden Given's catch against Central Arkansas comes up, and she goes, Dad, Given was on YouTube Shorts. And so you were doing the broadcast at baseball, and I think it was the Austin Peay series. She's like, I have to tell her. I was like, go up and tell her. I think she went up and goes, Given, you were on a softball YouTube Short. So hey, you're making plays that are inspiring the next generation of softball players. But I thought that was pretty cool. So you made it legit big time in Perry Looney's household with that catch.
Wow, that's awesome. I appreciate
Did you know
that.
you were on a YouTube softball show?
I didn't know that. I
go.
think she came up to me and said, I saw your video, I saw your catch, and I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, to her that meant more than SportsCenter Top 10 if you made a YouTube short. So there you go.
And hey, let's spin it, man, and let's just talk about it. It's great the amount of exposure you get here at UNA, and just to see something like that, it was organic. It wasn't something that had to be pushed. It was something that somebody went and found, put it in part of a compilation, and Given, that's a credit to you too.
Awesome. I appreciate that. That's super cool. Every day I see just like new pictures and videos popping up on the internet, and I'm like, hey man, that was me. That was me last year.
Yeah, today's day and era. Get some royalties up in there, all right? Come on, Given.
Yeah.
Hey, we're in that world now, aren't we?
That's right.
Well, all right. Well, let's close it here. UNA Fall Media Day 2026, Lost Pizza Shoals. Thank you, fans, for watching. For Dr. Josh Looney and Given, thank you again for hosting.
Of course. I'm glad to be here, and I'll be here next year too.
All right. Closing out the show, I'm Mike Ezekiel. Thanks for watching the Roar Down. Behind the camera, Braden Rogers and Grant Wakefield, Natalie Shaw, and a lot of others that have helped today. Lost Pizza, we want to thank them for a tremendous job of being our host for a third straight year. Excited to kick off the 2026-2027 season. Come on out, get your tickets, roarlions.com. Be sure you're at those events. It's going to be exciting. Closing out Fall Media Day. We'll see you next time. Roar Lions.
Roar Lions.